Radiator replacement on the 120 is pretty straightforward. There's a bit of work involved. You've got to get your auto cooler lines off, especially if it's an automatic. You won't have too much trouble with that if it's a manual. You can wash and reverse flush this condenser, which is going to come up cleaner with the radiator out of the way. With a BFE, you don't normally take the radiator out. Note the positive red wire. I certainly wouldn't have that hanging around with only 3 zip ties and connecting any battery to that, as there's a possibility it could rub through somewhere. If I run wiring through there, you can check out my playlists on our YouTube channel, Setting Up the Vehicle Auto Electrical. You're going to have corrugated split tubing over that, and it's going to be tucked up neatly in here, zip tied to this wiring loom, but somewhere up there well out of harm's way. You can even use these holes up around here. You can see some zip ties there, but it's just hanging below and few and far between, and no corrugated split tubing. Just some tips. There's lots of tips. There's lots of things in the videos. It might be about the radiator, it might not be. Lots of information, which is why I reckon if you don't subscribe, turn the bell on, you're a bit crazy, missing out on that important stuff, especially if you are or want to become a DIY, because you've realized if you want it done properly, you got to do it yourself. Careful who you let work on your car and all that sort of bada bing, bada boom. Right, so this one we've just done a BFE job. Obviously the radiator just came out, a bit of coolant sprays everywhere. That's why we have it all closed and sealed up. That'll all get washed off afterwards. So the new Koyo radiator is going to go in. Pretty straightforward on the 120s. They bolt in 4 bolts from the front, one of them there, one at each side, and the ones down below are in the you got to go through the hole in the chassis. Transmission lines, radiator hose. If you're doing it while you're doing a BFE, that's probably the best time. As these 120s get a bit older, it's probably a good idea to put a fresh radiator in. That's what I did on my car, as you'll see in those playlists, if you choose to have a look at them, and then you can sort of work out what sort of maintenance, extra maintenance program you might think about doing on your vehicle if you want to keep it lasting long forever. The genuine radiators are getting expensive again and hard to get. They're not in Australia a lot of the time, so the Koyo, I'm not saying it's good, you know where it's probably going to be made, but it's one of the more reputable brands. I'm not really sure if that means anything, because you're paying like 3 or 4 times the price of some eBay El Cheapo, but you got to, they don't even give you the rubbers, you got to reuse them off the old one, which is, you know, they come empty like that, which I think for the amount of money, they should just have new rubbers and everything. It's ridiculous. So the new radiator's in, that's looking good. It's all bolted up, and the next thing, we've just take the caps off the cooler and quick blow through in case there's anything in there. Now the transition cooler lines are going to go on, and we've noticed that it's pretty black, so I'd recommend a transmission flush on this one. Hey, what do you reckon?
Yep, definitely.
Hey mate, you know everyone's watching you, working on that.
Famous, mate, famous.
Hey, I want to tell everyone a bit of a story, important one actually. It's one of the most important things you could probably listen to if you're ever going to purchase parts from me. Had a guy contact me, let's go to the time of the day and the story afterwards, but he's basically complaining, you know the old story, you can't keep everyone happy. Well, here's the biggest one you can't keep happy, it seems, at the moment, and it's just, we're really not understanding each other. What is he complaining about? Basically, he's complaining about the packaging. The packaging on the injector kit, yeah, is what I take from it, because he sent me a message saying, oh, something about I expected quality and, you know, reuse this and reuse tape or something, and I don't know, something or rather. Really, to be honest, I don't even really know what the problem is, because it's just a bit of packaging. And I've said in videos that we don't have professional packaging and we don't waste money on it. We reuse all the packaging, all the bubble wrap and all the boxes. We reuse everything. We make boxes. Sometimes we've got suitable boxes. The package doesn't look good. It's packed to be well protected so that those post people, we hope they don't, but if they drop it and they throw it around a bit, your goods aren't going to get damaged. And I guarantee nobody's goods are damaged. Nobody's ever had damaged goods. And if they have, well, we'll change the packing system, or we have do that. I should never say never, because with those big heavy front wheel bearings, there was a point in time where a couple of people had a damaged seal. So nobody's ever had parts damaged on an injector kit. There you go. So we changed the way we pack the front hubs and where we put the seals to make sure it didn't happen again. All good, no issues there. So, but this is an injector kit. He's not happy with the packaging somewhat. And he's gone to the point in his message of saying, I'm glad I videoed it, and he wanted to send me that message before he uploaded the video. So, hey everybody, you can look forward to some video somewhere that's uploaded of my injector kit getting unpacked, And like I said, everything's open, checked and repacked and all that sort of thing. And we don't even always put it in the same boxes. The boxes aren't even relevant to the goods, and it's going to look messy. So enjoy that video, especially if you watch this one, because if you're in the VIP group and if you're watching these videos, you already know how we roll. It does look very untidy, and it's always well protected, right? Yeah, I am going to video that because I know that you can't find your clamp tool, but I'm sure you'll go buy another one. Hey everybody, if you've got, when you're doing heater hoses and that, there's these tools, super cheap auto, whatever, about 30 bucks. It's like a handle on it, it's got a cable, and it's good for heater hose clamps. You can do it with multi-grips, but let's just watch Ron here fluffing around for the next half an hour. No, probably not that long. Let's see if I can tell this story before you get that clamp on. I reckon I probably could.
Yeah.
Look, so it all started off bad because I had a missed call and I wasn't checking the phone 9 or 9:30 at night, but when I went to bed, it was shortly after 10, and that's when I checked the phone in case if somebody randomly goes, oh, you know, I'm desperate, I'm on the side of the road, is there, you know, I might actually help them out. That's how I roll, but I'm not. It doesn't make noise. It's on silent from 5, and even before that, I don't necessarily carry it, and I might just randomly check it. But you're always best to contact me during business hours. That's obvious, and we've said it before hundreds of times. Anyway, this guy tries to ring me. It showed a missed call at 9 something p.m. I can't remember. I cleared it. And then in the messages, it's got, hey, mate, you know, I'm after an injector kit type thing. And I'm thinking, so you sent that, what, 9:30 at night? That's a bit odd, but hey, it doesn't bother me. So I sent him the order for the injector kit. No response that time of the night. That was 10 o'clock at night when I went to bed, you know, about half an hour or something more or less around after he messaged. Next day, lots of questions. I didn't complain that he hasn't watched the videos, but I knew that he hadn't watched hardly any videos by all the questions he was asking. But I just did a quick search on my YouTube channel and sent the relevant video to answer each question that he asked, which I would have thought that gives him the hang of, hey, search the videos before you ask another question, but it didn't, and I didn't complain. I just sent him the answers to the videos, and he actually complimented on, you know, I like this business setup, this plan. I sort of like, you know, this seems really good. So anyway, it all continued on, and then he eventually made the payment after realizing, you know, it said, oh, the name's wrong, it doesn't match up. So I sent him the video that explains banks haven't checked for decades, and now they started checking and they get it wrong a lot of the time. And I've been around for a long time, got a reputation, and mate, you get good service anyway. This all happened, I think it was Wednesday night. So these messages happened yesterday. That was a Thursday. Today's a Friday, and he's already got his kit because that's how we roll. So Wednesday night, 9 o'clock, he starts making contact. Thursday during the day, he makes the right moves. He finally makes the payment. I think it was late morning, maybe 11 a.m. It gets packed and sent the same day, and he's got it by early Friday morning, and he's complaining. So do you see the problem here? He doesn't know me. He doesn't know the system. He doesn't know that the parts are checked for quality and that they're packed, but they're packed in a way that it doesn't look good, but they're well protected so you won't have any problems. And then he sends me a video complaining about it and saying, I thought I better do this before I upload the video of the unpacking. You having fun with that clamp over there, mate?
I'll go get that tool back.
Yeah, and just get yourself a new one, and then when you can't find it, you'll have two.
I've got 2 boys, that's what they are.
Yeah. Mate, finally, you got that clamp on, mate.
I know.
Tell you what.
I know.
Anyway, right, so I think that's the story, really. He doesn't know me, and then, you know, there's a couple of text messages each way. He's going, oh, mate, you know. And then I'll tell you the next thing. So then last night, so that's Thursday, at, again, I don't know, about 9 p.m, he's texting me again. He's going, hey, mate, you know, my how do I get in the VIP group? It's not getting approved. And I didn't see it the minute that happened because it's on silent, but when I pick up the phone and check it every now and then, I must have picked it up half an hour, I don't know. I've picked it up and I've gone, and as I've said in videos, that's why I do videos like this. I say it in videos, and I can only help the people that watch the videos. Otherwise, you just don't get it, and you're just working against the grain if you don't watch the videos. You're not helping yourself, and you're not helping me help you. So then he goes, oh, I'm not getting in the VIP group. How do I get in the VIP group? You know, it's not getting approved. So I pick up the phone. I go to the VIP group. Oh, there's a member request there. I open it up. 4 minutes ago. 4 minutes ago. So what does he think? I'm sitting on Facebook. I don't, you know, sit and relax and watch a movie or spend time with the family. I just sit there with my finger on Facebook. 4 minutes, mate. All right? 4 minutes. Oh, okay. So he hasn't answered the question. You've got to answer the 3 questions. You've got to be a client, right? So all he had to do is answer the questions. He would have been in. I might have checked it that night. It was getting late. Wrong time of the week, you know. Parts day's really Monday, but, you know, Thursday. So I might not have checked it, but I would have checked it, you know, today, tomorrow. I would have got to it. And if he politely texts me during the day, like a lot of people do, hey, mate, just waiting to get approved in the VIP group. It's all there, answered the questions, and I got the injector kit, you know, yesterday. No problem, mate. At my next convenience, which will probably be straight away because you're a client and I respect that, I'll just go there and approve your request, right?
Yep.
So after hours, hey, mate, you know, whatever, you know, so 4 minutes, no questions answered. So I messaged you back. I said, hey, mate, you know, you got to answer the questions. I said, and I do happen to have a habit of saying, as I've said in videos, because I've said it in videos so many times, it is frustrating. As I've said in videos, you got to answer the questions and just sit tight and I'll approve it. And mate, I said, mate, it was like 4 minutes ago, you know, and you haven't answered the question. So if you can do it and answer the question. So for the next half an hour, I'm checking Facebook in case he, you know, so I'm see what I'm doing, you know. And then this morning I get this message more complaining about the packaging. So anyway, I know some people, you can't keep them happy. I know, but I just like to share the story. We're not going to bother with any names and where he lives and all that sort of thing. I did actually even offer, because I've got a friend that lives in Manly West, and I did actually offer, because I can travel past there and pop in, say go to him. I can pop in face to face, say good day, discuss it, explain it, and hopefully we can understand each other better, because I can tell you now in the messages it wasn't working. I tried to call him to try that one, no answer, so he's gone to ground. And bada bing, bada boom. Now we're talking about it in videos. And bada bing, bada boom, that's it. Anyway, that's enough chit chat, I reckon. So we'll probably wrap this one up. You can see what's happening. We're preparing the nuts for the fan. The radiator's in. It's all bolted in. Auto lines are on. Kept everything clean and plugged. Bit messy on the ground. Don't worry about that. You get that. Bit of coolant leaks out the radiator and all that. That last little bit. Make sure the clamps are on the radiator hoses properly. Ideally back exactly where they were in the factory positions. And it's really just finishing touches, getting it back on, fan shroud, yeah, get that header tank on, get the airbox back in, and bada bing baby, this one will be running again, and a few more finishing touch jobs to go. The plug for the oil leak, search that on our channel, the oil leak, the only oil leak it might be called, the oil leaks, all the oil leaks, things like that. What else? Transmission flush, I'm going to say, well, I'm going to sort of recommend it, because it's pretty black and you spend all this money on your injectors, injector job, intake cleans and E-jar cleans and BFE jobs and new radiators. Your transmission is over $10,000 worth for a new one. You can't actually get them for the 120s. I reckon we could make the one that last time I checked you could get one for 150, make that suit. You can't get them because they don't sell them, so they just stop having them, and yeah, they don't provide things they can't sell. They sell you stuff they can sell. Anyway, bada bing, bada boom. Catch you on the next video if there is one. See ya.